February 6th, Thursday, 10:27 a.m. Say a command.
Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm literally going to state some numbers. And then after the numbers are stated, I'm going to give a code word that describes a specific road and the streets that are right on the same road. I have coded numbered this road that is on the same road where the street is on. The code word describes the crossing intersection of the streets that are right off the road and the road. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because I am predicting that there's a huge likelihood that an event will transpire at the following code. The code word describes an intersection at one end. The code number describes a intersection at the opposite end. Okay? Let me just backtrack for a second. Just 1 second, please. You'll understand why I'm making this video in a second. And once I expose the reason why this video is made, my viewers will completely and totally understand it. Okay? Let me just write something else down here for a second. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and give the word code is as follows. GILL times 2, I'm a woman, not a man. That is the code word that describes a specific road and intersection. A specific intersection that the intersection is off of the road at. In other words, the intersection is literally right on the road. Okay? At one end of the road. The opposite end of the road, okay, is number coded. That number code being, hold on a second, as follows. Pay close attention. You can write it down if you choose to. 15262 121. Hold on a minute. Let me start over. I am now starting over in reference to the number code because it's such a long code. I don't want my eyeballs to miss a number. So I'm going to begin again stating the number code that is on the opposite end of the road where the word code is coded that shows the opposite end of that road at its intersection. Again, that word code is GILL times 2, I'm a woman, not a man, which means that that location is at an intersection off the main road where this intersection is on, and it accurately describes the road. Now, the opposite end of this road has been code numbered. That code number being 1526212151 526 51 81 51 51 82 62 02 22 3 918 522. You might think to yourself, why in the heck is this woman doing this? Let me show you something. What I'm going to do right now is literally draw something just here really fast, and then I'll explain why I'm doing it, and then once I explain why I'm doing it, you'll be able to see why I'm doing it. Okay? Right now, 2 separate running, recording tape recorders are recording my verbal statements that I am making. And those audio files that are recording right now, recording what I am stating, also has the voice command feature of my phone, which electronically was used to state by the phone. In other words, I used the voice command feature that I showed you at the beginning of this video. I also used it into the microphones of the tape recorder, so that even the audio files show that today's date is February 6, 2014. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm showing you something. Okay? And let me just situate this camera really fast. This basically, right here, is 2 points. Okay? Now this right here, in the middle of these 2 lines, is a road. Okay? It's a road. It's got traffic going this way, and it's got traffic going the opposite way. Okay? Now, this circle right here is dedicated to GILL times 2, I'm a woman, not a man. It accurately describes a road that goes off okay, this main road, and it also describes the road. So, GILL times 2 accurately describes this intersection and this road. Okay, GIL times 2, I'm a woman, not a man. That is the code word for this intersection and this road. Now, the number code, then you look at, this is the same road, going all the way to a certain point, which is this X. Okay? This X, right here, okay, is another road. And that road right there still has the name of this road in it, because this, I've already stated in the code name, that this code name describes the intersection and the road. So when I state to you that the name of this road applies to even all the way up till the intersection of this road, and this road has been number coded by a number that you just heard. So in other words, this intersection and this road and the number code that describes this street that comes off of this road, it all works together in reference to describing accurately and descriptively what this road is from this point to this point. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Now, you might think to yourself, why am I making this video and why am I showing you all of this? And I'm sure you're probably thinking to yourself, what the hell is this all about? I would probably say it to myself as well. Now, I'm a target victim and activist concerned in the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. I was assaulted on this road. That's right. On two separate, let me just play you something right now so you can understand what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go ahead and make this video number 2. Video number 1 was just completed by me about an hour ago. That YouTube title will be put in the description of this YouTube video. That's right. Now, hold on. As a result of me being a target of gang stalking, and I'm literally going to show you that this type of crime has been covered on the news by showing you, hold on 1 second. Looking for my phone. Hold on. What the hell is my phone? Alright, just hold on 1 second, bear with me. I had my phone here, I don't know what the hell happened to it. My other phone, I got 2 phones. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm literally going to play you the audio of a video that you can go to and watch right now. Go to YouTube and type in gang stalking, bullying on steroids. And what you'll see is a news broadcast of a target of gang stalking being covered on the news. I went to YouTube and typed in gang stalking, bullying on steroids. As a result, this video came up that I just told you can go to watch of a targeted individual of gang stalking being covered on the news. So I went to the YouTube video and taped the audio of it on a tape recorder and then transferred it to my phone. I'm going to play it for you right now so you can literally hear that this type of crime has been covered on the news. Just listen closely.
This story on our website, kcba.com. Here tonight, police call it bullying on steroids. We're talking about gang stalking, but it actually has nothing to do with the gangs that you first think of. Southern Coast News reporter Candace Wynn learned more about the trend and how it's getting more dangerous because of the internet. Yeah, it makes me so afraid.
Lawrence Gazino claims his neighbors are gang stalking him because he plays loud music late at night and is outspoken. He said for the last year and a half he's been systematically followed by a group of people. At one point he said they climbed on his roof to harass him. Gazino said he's developed a paranoia that's devastated his relationships with friends and worst of all, family.
That's the worst part of it. If it was
making it more common.
Gang stalking itself, they have elevated themselves to technology. So this is something that's been going on before the age of Facebook, Twitter, those other social websites. They just now have gone into those areas.
Gazino said he's proof that the problem isn't just online and that it can hit too close to home, a home he plans on leaving because of gang stalking.
I want to be able to go to the tennis courts and play tennis or play ping pong without people following us everywhere. It's just nerve-wracking.
I'm Candace Wen in Salinas, your Central Coast News.
If found guilty of gang stalking, the person may face criminal, conspiracy, and stalking charges, all of which are felony charges in California.
Alright, now I want you to listen to the following very carefully, because this video, especially towards the beginning of it, is the foundation. And what do I mean by that? When you build a house, a business, anything, in reference to the structure of the building, you build it from the foundation. Of course you do. Anybody knows that. Even kids know that. And, not to dismerge kids or anything, but I think you know what I mean. What I'm doing in the beginning of this video is building a foundation. And then the follow-up descriptions and statements will complete the pictorial representation of me proving to you this crime's happening to me. And everything I stated at the beginning and towards the beginning of the middle and the end will literally prove to you that I'm a victim of this crime. Now, what did that news reporter just say towards the end of the news broadcast that you just heard? He stated that if you're found guilty of gang stalking, you can be charged with stalking, conspiracy, and I forgot what the other one was. I apologize, but you just heard it. So let's look at this. I showed you this street right here, okay, which is code named and code numbered by me for legal and strategic purposes in order to be able to predict to you, okay, that something's going to happen on this road. Now, in organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, they would prefer not to stage an event, okay, in a public building. Because then, especially if those buildings have already been caught engaging in gang stalking, like specific businesses, like Ralph's Grocery Store off of La Jolla Village Square, the Island Restaurant that's in the same parking lot, CBS that's across the street from it, Whole Foods Market that's in the same parking lot as CBS. That's right. Hold on a second. The AMC employees that are in the movie theater that's in the same plaza as the Ralph's is at. Now, all of these people were told what to do towards me once I entered their business, and the individuals who are managing this expedition knew I was heading to those businesses because they are the businesses that I have regularly frequented to get my needs met, like Ralph's Grocery Store, to relax and watch a movie, to go to the Island Restaurant to get something to eat. So, and I don't drink at all, period, okay? The point I'm trying to make to you is this. Through the tracking, observation, and stalking of the target individual, the manager of this expedition knows where the target individual is at all times in real time. Okay? As a result, they're able to get the cooperation of anybody in the community. Anybody. University staff, library staff, business employees, business management, the security guards of business plazas. Just bear with me, because like I said, all the statements that I make in this particular video will be built upon in order to prove it to you, undisputably, if you just pay attention to everything I state in this video. Now, so basically what I'm telling you is that it's nothing but crafted, staged, community-based harassment that is utilized against the target individual and, as a direct result of them knowing where the target individual is at all times in real time. That's right. That's right. Case in point. Okay? I'm going to draw just really fast a separate diagram, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this, just trust me, if you stay with this video, I guarantee you will see the evidence. Just hold on one second, okay? Now this second diagram is being made just to illustrate a point to you. Now, what do we got here? Let's just say here we got a road, okay? And let's just say that you got a person, okay, who is hiking off a hill. This being the sidewalk, okay? It's right next to the road, where bicyclists and joggers and stuff like that can ride their bikes by. And then you got a hill here, and all this area is nothing but trees, bushes, the woods. And then once you get off the sidewalk, you got to walk down a hill until the land becomes level. Okay? And then let's just say that I'm hiking right here. Okay? Alright? I make a video prediction at this location every morning. I did throughout every single day. I made 2 videos each day, every single day throughout the entire year of 2013. One of them was a video prediction stating that, let's see if anybody gets along my route for that day. Okay? Like my route, like say here's where I'm hiking at, where I'm sitting at right now. I then get up, get dressed. Okay? Hide the property that I sleep in at night so it won't be stolen. Okay? I make 2 videos before I leave this area. One video showing a video picture of my tent and also me explaining some of the harassment that I endure at this hiking area. And then a separate, totally separate, complete video of me predicting what I'm going to experience along my routes for the day once I leave the area and get up on the sidewalk and walk down a specific street. Okay? In the video that I make at this location, I'll show a video picture of the cell phone. Okay? Which shows the date and the time, just like you're seeing right now. And recently I've started using the voice command feature, which is in the menu, which is in the tools feature within the menu, called the voice command. Once you activate that, you can literally have the phone electronically state the date and time, which I'm going to do again right now.
Say a command. February 6th, Thursday, 10:44 a.m.
Okay, now that isolates as a result of me showing you a video picture of the phone, and then me using the voice command feature of the phone, which enables the phone to electronically state the date and time. That isolates the date and time in the video. Now, as I'm making these video predictions at this location before I leave it to even get up on the sidewalk to leave for the day, as I'm making the video prediction which shows the picture of my cell phone which shows the date and time, and some of them as well showing the voice command feature being used so the phone can electronically state the date and time, I will then state, let's see if gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalk, oh my god, weird, crazy is set around me at all along any of my routes for that day, especially in that way. This tape recorder was also recording as I was making the verbal statements as the video was being made at this location. Now this tape recorder reflects the date and the time. Okay? Let me just toggle to that feature so you can see. See it right there? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay? There it is right there. Okay? The month is in the middle, 2, the date to the right, 6, the year, 14 right there, and the time the audio file started. Because I'm even recording what I'm saying right now. So, when I make these video files at this location, way off a road, the ground is level where I'm at. Then when I go to leave here, I got to go up a hill just to get up on the sidewalk. Okay? Now, while I'm still here, I make a video prediction stating, let's see if I hear these things, gang stalk being said in the way that I state they're going to be said, because I got so many audio files of it being said in that same exact identical way everywhere I go, I started making predictions about it. In the video prediction made at this area, okay, I'd state, showing a picture of my cell phone and everything, just like I've already before mentioned, let's see if these words are said around me along my routes for the day once I leave the area where I'm hiking at. Okay? I then leave the area with a brand new audio file started. Okay? The tape recorder reflects the date and time, just like this phone does that was shown in the video prediction. I then leave the area, totally and completely leave the area of where I'm hiking at, and then go up the road to the closest bus stop if that's the bus route I plan on taking for that day. The time it takes, once I get up on the sidewalk, to then get to the bus stop and wait for the bus. I'll also make additional statements in the new tape recording audio file. Let's see if gang stalk is set along my routes for this day, including on the bus, including in specific ways. And I'll even state the specific ways that it'll be said, including at the bus once it gets to the bus stop, and then I get on it, including at all the places that I described I'm going to for the day. Bada boom. Okay? Now, as I'm making these additional statements in the tape recorder on my way to the bus stop, okay, I then get to the bus stop and the bus comes. I put my bike on the bus. I then make an additional statement as I'm putting my bike on the bus in this tape recorder. Let's see if gang stalk is set on the bus. I get on the bus, and guess what's said around me? Gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalker, oh my god, gang stalk, gang stalking, gang stalk, oh my god, we're crazy. In that way, by individuals who are already on the bus. So think about this. If I leave the area where the video prediction is made, and I go this way, and then I stand at a bus stop I get to, and the bus that picks me up is going this way, and the people say it that are already on the bus, and my tape recorder picks it up, okay, then that shows that somebody is crafting this managed harassment around me for me to experience as a result of the constant real-time tracking of me. Basically what I'm trying to say is, in order for this to happen on numerous occasions on numerous bus routes, the only way that I could predict what I'm going to experience on a bus before I even get to the bus stop, then I get on the bus and people who are already on the bus say it in the same exact identical way that I predicted, that shows that I was tracked from this location to that bus stop. That's right. They were watching and waiting until I left it in order to already place the people on the bus to do it, or to solicit people who were already at the bus stops that were going to get on that bus route. Okay? And then once it left their area, once it continued down the road, it arrived at my bus stop, I get on the bus, and then they're already told what to do. That's right. That's right. Now, we can see, which I'm getting ready to prove to you right now that it was done. This is an audio file of me getting on the Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California, which is 169 miles away from this hiking area that I've been living at for 15 full years. 15 full months. Okay? Now, I've been at this hiking area for 15 full months. I leave it on the night of December 5th to go to Yucca Valley, California, taking multiple different buses and trains and even a Greyhound bus to get there. It took me from the night of the 5th to get there until the night of the 6th before I arrived in Yucca Valley. I had to go to Palm Springs International Airport and wait for hours for the connecting buses to appear there to take me into Yucca Valley, and by the time I got there, it was night. The night of December 6th, 2011. I was gang stalked at the Palm Springs International Airport. That's right. I was gang stalked along every single one of my routes in Yucca Valley, including at their library and on their bus services. And what was caught on audio file in Yucca Valley is the same exact identical harassment. The same exact identical harassment to a T that has been caught happening around me for the last 1.5 to 2 years in San Diego County. And I'm about ready to prove to you right now. Let me just turn this video camera, and I'm going to show you. I'm going into right now into my phone, into the camera of my phone. Hold on one second. Let me put this tape recorder back up to where I got it close by me so I can accurately tape record my statements that I'm making, so the microphone can be closer to me. Okay, now that hold on. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm activating the camera feature on this phone, okay, in order for me to show you the camera album. This is a bunch of different videos. Now I'm going to scroll down. When you can see that I'm scrolling down because see that red that's flipping from top to bottom? See how it's picked on the first one on the top because it's highlighted in red around the frame of the video file. Then I'm going to go to the middle. See how it's highlighted now in the middle? Highlighted on the bottom now, and then highlighted on the next one below that one. Okay? And then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. Now the one that's highlighted is at the bottom, and notice the file name of it. File name being Yucca Valley Gang Stalk. Now notice how there's an options feature right below the name of Yucca, right where it says Yucca Valley. I'm going to click on, while it's highlighted in the red, file information as a result of pushing the options feature. This then shows you the information pertaining to that selected video file. Okay? File information pertaining to the highlighted selected video, which was titled Yucca Valley Gang Stalking. Okay? Now, once you click on that, you then go down to the date that video file was made, December 11th, 2012, 5:05 p.m. Now, I'm going to go back to it and get out of file information and go back, and you can see it's still highlighted. Okay? I'm not going to press play. Then it's going to ask me, do I want to play with sound? and as soon as I click on that, I'm going to take this phone and put the microphone, which is the speaker, okay, so you can hear the sounds that are going on around me on the Yucca Valley bus on December 11th, December 11th, 2012 at 5:05 p.m. This is me being on the Yucca Valley Landers bus route in Yucca Valley, which is 169 miles away from San Diego County, where I've been living ever since I came back to San Diego on August 8, 2011. I'm living in La Jolla, which is in San Diego County. Now, what I'm going to do, sorry, but I was talking for too long and the light went off. I'm going to press play, and what you're listening for is individuals saying gang stalker, while individuals are saying oh my god right before and after it, okay, repetitively. What they're saying is gang stalk and gang stalker. Listen for how oh my god is said repeatedly before and after you hear the word gang stalk and gang stalker. Then you're going to hear a woman flat out say gang stalking. Just listen. This is relevant. Just trust me. Listen. Alright, hold on. Before I do it, I've got to put the camera way up here. Okay. And then I'm going to show you that this is still the same video file. Okay. Yucca Valley gang stalk is still highlighted. You can see it. Okay. I'm now going to press play by pressing the middle button. Okay. It says, do you want to play with sound? I'm going to say yes. And then I'm going to put the phone so you can hear the audio of me being on the bus.
Oh, okay. Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turns. Those little French cars. Right now. You first time? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully my only drive. Take the whole thing. This person is the roughest one. She looks like a pretty good. She never drives. I'm going to go hang it on my she's already copied. I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window ammo. I wish I did anything great. Oh, yeah. When they look at Rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. Now, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stopped right here, because we could have... Yeah, we are.
They say in 15 years we'll be putting RFID chips in all new boards.
We could have not walked all the way to Walmart from the Social Security office.
It's a radio... There's so many buses that go... It's a radio frequency identification implant. You never heard of that? Google it. Yeah. You got kids, you should. I hope they're good. That's beautiful.
Okay, now what I'm going to show you is the audio. Remember the date that I just played you from this Yucca Valley gang stalking incident. In fact, let me just make sure you see that it was on a bus, because I'm going to replay it for you. Okay, you're going to be able to hear it's the same video file, because what I did was, as I was being gang stalked on the Landers bus route in Yucca Valley on December 11th, 2012, I turned on my phone, turned on the video camera, held it in my lap, except for one time I lifted it up, and you'll be able to see that I'm literally on a bus. Let me show you again the date. Okay? And you're going to be able to see it's the same video file, because you're going to hear the same voices. Okay, there's the date, December 11, 2012 at 5:05 p.m. And I can prove by my bus tickets that I was in Yucca Valley. Okay, now I'm going to press play, and I want you to watch the video. You can tell it's the same video because of the same voices and the same things they're saying. But for a couple seconds, I lift up my phone, and you can see video pictures of the windows of the bus and the traffic going by. Just listen.
Well, look at that car right there. It's so cute. To the left, it just turns. Those little French cars. Right now. You first time? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully my only drive. Take the whole thing. This person is the roughest one. She's pretty good. She never drives. I'm going to go hang it on my... She's already copied. I'm going to take my American flag out. Little kind of flag. Take it out. I'm going to hang it in the window ammo. I wish I did anything great. Oh, yeah. When we'll get registered. Oh, yeah, that might work. No, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stopped right here, because we could have... Yeah, we are. They say in 15 years when you put an RFI...
Okay, that was it right there. Now, I've already showed you the date. December 11th, 2012. That's right. And why am I showing you the date? Because I want you to notice the date. December 11th, 2012 at 5:05 p.m. is the date and time this video was made. Now, what you're about ready to hear right now, okay, was uploaded to my phone almost a month after the event. But what you're going to see, look at this. This is the file right here. This is an event that took place on Thanksgiving Day, November 28, 2013. A year later, at a location in La Jolla, which is 169 miles away from Yucca Valley. Now, I uploaded it. It was caught as the event transpired. 2 individuals were got along my route to purposely and intentionally obstruct my ability to be able to ride my bike on the sidewalk. That's right. That's right. One of them has harassment anywhere between 8 and 11 separate occasions. Now, this individual, along with his friend, intentionally provoked a verbal altercation, and as it was transpiring, a hidden running tape recorder was running on me. Now, as they're harassing me, you're going to hear them say gang stalk together, gang stalking, and then gang of stalking. I'm going to F you up. Okay? Now, I then took the audio file of the event and transferred the important section of that event when they were saying the gang stalking to my phone. And I've done it multiple different times, but this is to show you at least that it's been on my phone since 12/21/2013. And I can prove undeniably that this event occurred on Thanksgiving Day 2013, undeniably, because of the date and time of the audio file of it being on my tape recorder, the microcard. Okay, now I want you to listen to how these guys are saying gang stalk together. That's the most important thing outside of them threatening to assault me as they're saying gang stalking. Just listen. Okay, I'm going to press play right now. Here it is. Okay, now, that just proved that the same exact methodology has been used around me at distances that are 169 miles apart, a year apart. On both dates pertaining to each separate event, I predicted that gang stalking would be set around me on the morning of each of those dates, at separate locations in reference to where the gang stalking harassment was caught at. That's right. I have in my possession right now at least 800 separate audio files at least of individuals getting around me every single day and saying gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, oh my god, we're crazy, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, we're crazy, gang stalk. In that way, non-stop. After this Thanksgiving event occurred, I got out my tape recorder. And I made statements in order to be in the tape recorder on the sidewalk as I was on it on subsequential dates and listed a bunch of numbers. And I'm going to tell you why I did that. As I was walking down the same sidewalk, hang on a second. As I was walking down the same sidewalk that this Thanksgiving event took place on subsequential dates, which means dates after the event occurred, as I was walking down that sidewalk, what I did was I listed, okay, the numbers, the last 2 numbers of specific addresses on the condominiums, okay, of the buildings, of the apartment buildings that are dedicated to that sidewalk. So basically, you got a certain, when you walk down that sidewalk, there's a bunch of buildings, okay, that are up off a hill. Then that hill starts to go down, so once you get to a certain place on the sidewalk, the buildings that are dedicated to the same condominium complex can be seen. As a result of them being seen, you can get the addresses off them. So what I did was, just hold on one second. So what I did was, as I walked by the first building where an address could be verbalized into a tape recorder, what I did was I took the last 2 numbers of the first address, and then once you walk by 3 of the condominiums, then something will separate that group from the next group of condominiums. So what I did was I stated the last 2 numbers of the first one of that group of condominiums to the last 2 numbers of the last condominium of that group of condominiums, and then I did the same thing again to the next 2. And I did that in order to be able to show in my tape recorder where I was at in reference to where the sidewalk's at. Just trust me, I know what I'm doing. Okay? It was my way to literally show where I was at and where the event took place at, and I made statements, let's see if anything else happens on this sidewalk on any other date. Or this road. That's right. That's right. On January 30th, 2014, I was on my way to a specific area. That morning, I made an audio prediction. In fact, I made several of them. Hold on. I made several audio predictions in my tape recorder because on that day, I was going to an area that I've already been assaulted at, and where a couple of huge events have happened at. Point Loma. I was going there to take care of personal administrative business, minding my own business every day, along all my routes getting there, like I do every day. Okay, so I made a prediction in a tape recorder that was running and recording on me on the sidewalk on my way to the bus stop that was going to take me to Point Loma. Okay, that was going to take me to downtown so I can then go to the, what did I do in a day? Oh, I went to the law library, and then from the law library, I went and updated my MTS bus card, left there, got on the 923 bus, took that to Rosecrans and Nimitz Boulevard, took care of business there, went and got a t-shirt made, okay, left there, went back to Old Town to catch a specific bus that would bring me back to La Jolla. Hold on. Okay. Now, on my way to Point Loma, I made a verbal statement in my tape recorder. Let's see if I get assaulted today, because on just previous occasions of me going to Point Loma, which I do at least once a month, at the very most twice, unless I'm, well, twice as far as Point Loma goes, even though the law library is close to Point Loma. 98% of the time when I take this specific bus route to go downtown, it's only to go to the law library. And then on occasion when I go to the law library, I might additionally go to Point Loma to take care of some personal administrative business. On those occasions, numerous things have happened to me. Assault, threats of being assaulted again, in-your-face direct harassment, overt harassment. That's right, everywhere I went in Point Loma. Everywhere. Including the bus routes. So I made a statement, let's see if I'm going to be assaulted today. On my way, on the sidewalk, on my way to the bus stop, on the sidewalk, I said, let's see if I'm going to be assaulted today. The sidewalk where the Thanksgiving event occurred at. I'm making verbal statements in a tape recorder, let's see if I'm assaulted today. I then go and take care of all my business after I take these bus routes to Point Loma, and then take the same bus routes in reverse to come back to La Jolla. I then get off the bus, that brought me back to La Jolla, and started a new audio file. On my way, and then once that audio file was started, I got on my bike and I said, let's see if anything happens on my way to a specific HA location. And then I got on my bike, started riding my bike on the sidewalk, and then I made a decision to stop off to fill up my water bottle at that condominium complex, which I've done on numerous occasions. Okay? So I stop off and I put water in my bottle. Okay? And then as I leave the apartment complex parking lot where I filled up my water bottle at, I get back on the sidewalk. Okay? And then within 10 to 15 seconds, I noticed this guy walking on the other side of the street who has been seen by me on 4 prior occasions, separate occasions, okay, who has engaged in gang stalking of me on 4 separate occasions, 2 of them being as he was seen talking to these guys from the Thanksgiving event on the same sidewalk. So I decided to myself to pull over, because where he was walking at, by the time I would have got to where I was going, he would have arrived at the entrance of where I was going at. So I had to pull over to stop until he walked by, and so I thought, well, since I got to do this, what I'm going to do is pull over and take a discreet private video of him walking by, so I could eventually publish it to the internet once I engage in something. I'll just put it to you this way. I have been planning on moving for quite some time, since September. I made numerous videos about it. So my intention was to post the video after I moved, for legal and strategic purposes. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, when I eventually expose it, you'll understand if you happen to see that video. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. I pulled out my video camera from my pocket, discreetly held it in my hand, and turned it on. In fact, at the beginning of the video of me being assaulted, you can't even barely see anything. All you see is my fingers. And then once he became directly parallel to where I was sitting at, I briefly looked up the camera for a second. I said, boom, there goes one of them right there. Took the camera right back down and cuffed it back in my hands. He walked across the street and says, "You have no right to be taking video pictures of me. I'm going to call the cops on you." I said, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Get the hell away from me." He took his bike helmet in his hand and took it full force and violently attempted to hit me in my face and in my head. And I lifted up my hand, which had a black leather bicycle glove on, and that caught the impact of the helmet. Okay? Now, you might think to yourself, how can I ever prove that this guy was involved in the gang stalking of me? That's what I was trying to prove, how he had been involved in it in the past, by taking a video picture of him, discreetly and privately. Okay? How do you walk across a 2-lane road and then be able to claim that you can see somebody taking a video picture of you that's got it cuffed in their hand, in their lap? You can barely see the fact that I was taking a video picture of anybody because my fingers were in the way. That's right. That's right. That's right. Now, let me just put it to you this way. If I am ever assaulted again by this individual on any date, and then he tries to claim anywhere, or if any event transpires, especially on the same road, which has now been code-worded, well, it's always been code-worded, and it's always been code-numbered by a separate, different code number. The one I just stated at the beginning of this video is an additional code number, because I wanted to include a separate intersection from the first word code, which is at one intersection at the end of the road, and the second intersection, which is now number coded. I walk in between these 2 points, and these 2 points is where the Thanksgiving event occurred at, and where this assault occurred at, on January 30th, 2014. Yesterday, I left a specific area. And as I was leaving it, I stopped off to take a break to readjust my stuff in my backpack, to put my computer in the basket of my bike, and then I made some verbal statements in a tape recorder. I said, let's see if this punk who assaulted me on the 30th of January 2014 appears along my path. I got right up the road on the same sidewalk, just had left the sidewalk, and he appears along my path. He then goes to, once he spots me, he hurried up and took the backpack off his back, and then just hung it on one arm, and then took out a metal thermos and proceeded to start to walk across the street towards me. And so I made a statement in my tape recorder, okay, he's crossing the street now. He heard me say it and got spooked and got back on the right side of the road. And so by then I was so mad, I said, hey, you don't feel so confident today, do you? Now, I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I have now word-coded and number-coded the points between this location and this one. Okay? Now, you might think to yourself, how can you claim he's gang-stalking you, Leslie, if he's walking towards you while I'm walking this way? Or if he was already on the road on January 30th, 2014, that I haven't even reached yet. In other words, he was ahead of me. Because when they set this shit up, they got to make it appear that it's anything but stalking. And stalking is when they're following you. The following is done. See, what this is a crime where they staged, crafted physical theatrics of assaults, threats to be assaulted, or any other in-your-face harassment that they bring about against you as a result of surveilling you from a distance, including using your cell phone. GPS coordinate systems work like this. You got this right here, and basically what this is, let me just get this thing out of the way. Okay, GPS coordinate systems, they work like this. You got a graph here, right here, okay? All these lines being written on this direction is called the X direction. That's longitude, okay? The Y direction, which is up and down, okay, is latitude. And then the directions of coming in or out of you is called X, Y, and then Z. And that's the third dimension, which is a different direction as well from X and Y. In GPS coordinates, what they basically do, say if I'm right here on a sidewalk with a cell phone in my pocket, they can vector on where I'm at by hijacking onto this phone through RF filtering, and as a result of me either standing on the sidewalk or walking down the street, they can see where I'm moving in this measurement of location in real time. So if they see me walking out of this area with the phone in my pocket, they can see that I'm no longer stationary, which means in one spot, and that I am now mobile. And then have come out of this area, walked across the street to sit down for a minute. They can see that I have moved because they're vectoring the location of the radio signal that is being emitted from my phone. That's where they then say, okay, put the guy to walk from here down here, because they have learned my regular routes, and so they can have me meet up with him down here just past the apartments that were already coded. Okay, where the Thanksgiving event occurred at, where they placed the individuals to literally say gang stalking, and gang is stalking them to F you up. So they're probably not going to want to use that immediate area. That's why when he assaulted me last time, it was right across the street from here. The point I'm trying to make is what they do is they're gang stalking is stalking as a result of observation and surveillance of you. Okay? And that's how they expedite it. And then as a result of them knowing where you're at in real time, they bring somebody to either already be in an area that you're going to get to first before he can totally reach it, because you're on a bike and he's walking. And they know I'm on a bike, which means that they know where I'm going to. I ride the bike down the street. I'll eventually pass him. And then they know that if they have him walk by the time I get to this area on my bike, he's already begun to walk close to where I'm entering to get to here. So they figure by the time I ride my bike, he'll already be at the entrance, which means they know that I want to try to approach this entrance at the same time he is, because they know they've already used him to gaslight me before. They then figure that what I'll do is stop and sit across the street from him and wait until he walks by. They then believe that I will probably take out my video camera to take a video picture of him, because they've seen through cyber surveillance that that's what I've done in the past. They then say, once she gets parallel to you, once you get parallel to her, if she is stopped, because they see I stop here. Once I leave this area, I come out of this area and I stop, and sometimes I sit here. Okay? Okay? Now we're also going to see, since this assault was videotaped, we're also going to try and see if the police or anybody else tries to say, well, we now know where you live at, Leslie, because you're literally exposing that you live close to the place you were assaulted at, and we can tell where you were assaulted at. Bullshit, because I'm keeping those videos private. And I'm going to keep this one private until I move. And then once I move, I'm going to expose the entire situation. You better believe I will. Now, so what I'm doing right now is predicting on this date, February 6, 2014, that an assault is going to occur, okay, between these two pointed out places at the beginning of this video. And these two pointed out places, where's it at? Where's it at? Where is it at? I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Now, if they try to make my video, because they've hacked into my YouTube accounts, they might even, I'll title the YouTube video this YouTube video once I upload it, okay, and then I'll make it private. The day it's uploaded, I'll make it private. Let's see if they go inside and try and make it public. And then say, well, we were able to deduce where you were assaulted at. We were able to find this guy and then point him out. And then he claims he knows where you're at. Therefore, we know where you're at. And you now got to move. And even go as far as give me a trespass notice. And or even go as far as contact the property owner. Now, what am I talking about? These crafted staged street theaters and these staged assaults are hard to prove because of the way they operate. They don't want them to be proven. That's why I make my predictions. That morning of January 30th, 2014, I predicted I'd be assaulted. And after I filled up the water bottle, once I noticed him walking down the opposite side of the street, I said, there's one of them right now. Let's see if anything happens on the sidewalk. And then once I stopped, got out my video camera, cuffed it in my hands, lifted it up briefly for 2 seconds, he walked across the street and assaulted me on the sidewalk. Then he magically appeared along my routes yesterday. That's right. If on any audio file I am assaulted and you hear me whistling before the assault occurs, then I was able to identify the individual has either engaged in gang stalking in the past or is presently doing it right before or during or after the assault. Okay, that's if I remember to whistle, but you better be damn sure I will. So they're replacing him along my routes on this sidewalk, on this road, between these two four mentioned code word mentioned and code numbered mentioned road. That's right. Now I don't know about you, but once you witness to all the other predictions that I had made, that undisputed, I've already predicted an assault. Go to YouTube right now and type in learning disabled woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Look at every single thing in the description of that YouTube video. You will literally see me. You will literally see a blog. There's 2 blogs, at least 2 blogs in the description of that YouTube video. Click on both of them, and in one of them you'll see an attached PDF link titled Assault 11. Click on that. As a result of clicking on it, guess what will open up? A printed and scanned email file showing the fact that I predicted that assault 11 days before it occurred. You will also see MTS, because you got to look at the date of the prediction and the fact that the prediction is in the email file and the date of the email file. Then you'll see MTS acknowledging that I was assaulted on their bus routes on October 10, 2011, and then you will see that I had to go to Scripps Mercy Hospital because of it. The date on that form, which is the 4th or 5th scanned piece of paper in that PDF file. That's right. Then go to YouTube and Google and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes How MTS Assault Video is Altered." Now, if they went through all that, which was reported to the San Diego Police Department headquarters on numerous occasions and the San Diego District Attorney's Office on numerous occasions, and not one of them investigated it at all, and they did not include it in the police report pertaining to that assault, that I told them that that video was altered, why would they not investigate it? Why did they lie about it in the police report? On top of other things that are lied about in that police report, like you would not believe. Why? You know, they even went as far in the police report to claim that I said that I never saw this guy before who assaulted me, which was complete bullshit. Because I told them to their face that that guy who had assaulted me on that bus was seen and harassing me on previous occasions engaging in gang stalking. And that he did the morning of the assault on the bus. I also predicted the arrest of me at SDSU 36 hours before it occurred. That's right. I also predicted the banning of me from USD a half hour before it occurred. In videos, and in blogs, and in email files. And in certain contact information to a senator. And that's not the only thing I predicted. Literally predicting this shit right before it happens. Literally. Literally. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I can prove it undeniably because they left a paper trail behind. I'm sorry. Well, no, that's pertaining to another event. I'm sorry. That had to do with social services. So I am predicting right now. He's got a white beard with brownish, reddish type looking hair. He walks up and down the road acting like a badass. And if they do use him again, they'll probably try and claim that he'll deny he assaulted me for one on the first occasion, and if he tries to assault me again on that occasion as well. He'll deny that he assaulted me. He'll try and point the finger out about where I live to any police officer that arrives on the scene. They'll probably even stage witnesses to walk in front of him, around him, including anybody, even acting like they're walking their dog as he's walking down the street. These are the literal physical theatrics of street theaters, which is a term that describes staged events, and that can be Googled. connected to organized stalking. They will literally place this individual back along my routes, and then even stage a separate witness, because they plan on using him again for something else. That way, when that event brings about a possible third party to call the police, then the police come out and the guy can say, she started a fight with me, I had nothing to do with ever assaulting her on any previous dates before that, and I even know where the bitch lives. That way they can file a falsified police report about me, because now they got witnesses. Witnesses they stage. And if you don't believe that they do not plant and stage witnesses around an event, Google it. So here's what they'll do. Or here's what they can do. I'm walking down the street, and he's either walking in the same direction, but already either behind me or in front of me. Probably in front of me. So I'll notice him as I pass him once I get on the bike, because I'll be on my bike and he'll be walking. Or he'll come from an opposite direction, the direction I'm going into. That way they can say, well, Leslie was already on the road, so how can he be gang stalking you? Or Leslie, he's coming from the opposite direction, which means he's not stalking you from behind. Do you see what I'm saying? That's right. That's right, because they have to make it appear it's anything but gang stalking. They'll try and say he was already in the area, Leslie, so how can he be stalking you? He was already in the area before you arrived there. Because they know my regular routines. Let me just put it to you this way. If I'm at Ross grocery store and gang stalk is set around me, or if I'm noticing gang stalking methods and by anchored physical gestures they're repeating around me, and I make a notation about it in my tape recorder and then leave Ross and get on this road to go to a specific area, and he's already on the road coming towards me, okay, or already on the road going, and he's going in the same direction I'm going into, except for he's ahead of me until I pass him up on my bike, okay, and then he assaults me, I'm already proving that the gang stalking was happening to me in the prior place that I was at before I left that to go to this place. Do you see what I'm saying? Which means that they knew I was at that place in space and time in order to gang stalk me at that place. So if I was being gang stalked at that place, since observation, stalking, and tracking of a target is a method of theirs, they had to track me and surveil me to put the gang stalking at that place. And if they'll go through all that, do you honestly think that they will not stalk me to the next one? To put this next event around me. It's how they operate. That's why there's an organization online that's supposed to be advocating for organized stalking, gang stalking targets called Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. It's covert surveillance to set up the staged events. Do you see what I'm saying? That way they can say, I'm not stalking her, she's crazy. She claims I'm stalking her. She's even claiming that my friends I know are stalking her. Yeah, that mind their own business and bother no one. So if all this is happening, if all this is not happening, and supposedly I got a delusion because I'm claiming that I am, then why are these filthy animals saying gang stalking, and gang stalking, I'm going to F you up on that same exact sidewalk 2 months and 3 days before, and the individual that assaulted me on January 30th, 2014 has been seen by me talking to these guys on 2 separate occasions. Do you hear them say these words? Okay, on the same exact sidewalk. This event occurred about anywhere between 50 to 60 feet up the same exact literal sidewalk that this guy assaulted me at on January 30th, 2014. Now, when you think about this, these assholes appeared along my route going towards me as I was going towards where I was going. They magically appeared out of driveway and then got on the sidewalk to go in the opposite direction I was going, so they can't claim that they were intentionally gang stalking me, even though they're saying gang stalk. The point I'm trying to make is this, is that basically they set this shit up. It's the same concept as like if you got a spouse who their ex-spouse divorced them, and that person, let's just say, is saying this for the sake of this video, it's a man. It could be a woman, because women can be stalkers too, you better believe it. So what I'm trying to say is this, is that say if you got a spouse, a man who didn't want to get divorced from his wife, and he can't let go. So he knows where she lives, he knows where she works, he knows where she does her grocery shopping at, he knows what school she goes to, because he has observed these things about her as a result of being involved with her. What these people do is through the tracking and surveillance of you that's overt, how they communicate with each other by cell phones. I could get off a bus and walk down the street, and one of them who's just harassed me on the bus will get on his or her phone and text message she's getting off the bus right now. Then they got one in the car, okay, who's behind the bus or goes by the bus because they're told where they're at in reference to where they're at on the bus route.